Hello everybody, I'm Lois and welcome to LEGO Speedrun Strats Explained. In this video we'll take a look at pet and wrong warping in LEGO Harry Potter 1-4. This glitch also works in the 1-4 part of the 1-7 collection of the game. For this video I will use controller as player 1 and keyboard will be player 2. Let's start with pet warping. For pet warping you need a character that has a pet, so run until 3-3, Mischief Managed, and Hermione for the levels from 3-1 onwards. If you are playing in free play, you can use any character with a pet, for example Filch. The second character needs to be a wizard that knows Wingardium Leviosa. In any percent that would be Harry. In free play every other character with Wingardium works. To perform the glitch you need both players to be dropped into the game, so you either need to 1v2 see it or do it in co-op with a friend. You then drop your pet with one player and the other player needs to cast Wingardium onto the player while the animation of dropping the pet is playing. If you did everything correct, the pet will warp to a preset position of the map, which we believe is the origin of the map, so coordinates 0, 0, 0. The wrong warp is a variance of a pet warp that instead of warping the pet, warps the player. Don't let the name fool you, you can do it with Hermione as well. It was just discovered with Ron first, hence the name. The setup for a wrong warp is a bit different than for a pet warp. If you try casting your pet on a ledge, you fall off the ledge, and that's exactly what allows us to wrong warp. If you're trying to pet warp out on a ledge, the warp still happens, but instead of warping the pet, it warps your player instead. There are 4 common fails for pet and wrong warping. Number 1. You're not casting Wingardium. If you're used to LEGO Harry Potter 5-7, every spell has Wingardium properties there. This is different 1-4, you need to make sure you're on the correct spell. Also, if you have Accio, sometimes you use Accio instead of Wingardium Leviosa, so best is to practice pet warping on a new save file. Number 2. You're casting too early. If you aim at the other player too long, you start lifting them up, making it impossible to cast the pet with the other player. The timing is pretty generous, but it still happens from time to time that you miss the correct window. Number 3. You're casting it too late. If you wait too long and the pet already appeared, you can't pet warp anymore. Number 4. This one only applies for wrong warps. Your position was off. You can check your position easily by just casting your pet. If you cast your pet and don't fall off the ledge, your position was off. On the background you can see footage of Frost. His Twitch channel is in the description. If you're going for a pet or a wrong warp, all depends on the situation. Given it's way easier to set up a pet warps are used if you just have to go to a transition to load a new room. Every time you load a new room, the whole party appears at the transition. This method is mainly used to skip some long walks or skip a puzzle where there is a door at the end of the room, which you then can access by simply walking into it. A good example would be after Broomstick Flying to skip a walk, or also the first time you're in Hogwarts in Year 2, you can skip Strength Potion by doing a pet warp. A wrong warp is used in 1-2 out of the dungeon. You can wrong warp past the troll and also past cutscene triggers, allowing you to do the whole second part of the room with run only, and skipping most of the cutscenes by doing so. That's all for pet and wrong warps. Thank you all for watching. Also, if you like this, feel free to join the LEGO Speedrun Discord and the LEGO Harry Potter Speedrun Discord. Links are in the description.